Macy?
I don't like skin talk.
Can you stop?
What? It just, I don't like it. 3. Hi!
We got new shirts.
Yes, I got me and Hailey YouTube shirts.
Because you know we're official YouTubers.
31 subscribers total. Okay. What are we talking about today?
We are going to be talking about our guinea pig story.
Yes. Our guinea pig adventure.
Yeah, journey, whatever you want to call it.
It's been a long 6 months. Okay. So, it all started out in March of this year.
2019.
So, well, I guess you can just start because you wanted, Hailey wanted some.
I wanted to go to Petco because I wanted to look at the animals they got there because I just kind of wanted a buddy, you know? So
Yeah, but she was looking for specific hermit crabs. She was like, oh, I'll get 2 or 3.
Yeah.
They're tiny,
well, I just kind of went there to see what there was. And I can't take care of fish. I've already proved that to myself. Okay, they die. So I was like, I need something a little bit more advanced than fish. So I'm like, hermit crabs will be perfect.
So I went with her to help her look.
And we got to Petco.
And to remind you, we were going there not even knowing if we were going to buy hermit crabs.
We didn't know.
Looking.
I just wanted to look around. I was browsing. So we went there and we went to Petco and we get there and I asked the lady for some help with the hermit crabs and after looking at literally everything and then she's telling me that I need 10 hermit crabs because they're lonely or whatever. But I'm like, I'm not buying 10 hermit crabs. That's a little excessive.
Yeah,
and then the cage and everything, it was gonna cost me
so much.
literally $200 for hermit crabs. I'm like, I'm not spending $200
especially
on
when they
crabs.
only live for 2 months?
Yeah, not even
2 months.
So
I mean, I don't know how long.
And plus, they're hermit crabs, so.
Yeah, so we were looking, and then we just come to the conclusion that hermit crabs are just not going to work. So I was looking in the other section of the store toward hamsters, and I seen guinea pigs, and I go up to Hailey, and I'm like, why don't you just get some guinea pigs? This is so much better than hermit crabs. They live so much longer. They're cheaper. Everything else. And we were just going to get one guinea pig.
Yeah, so I'm like, are you sure that we should actually do this? This is
so I was
ridiculous.
yep, I was just standing there, convincing you.
And then she pulled it out of the cage, and I was holding the guinea pig, and I was like, okay, this is it. So I literally, right there on the spot, bought the cage.
We have a video. We'll put right here.
So we're there, and right on the spot, I bought the cage, I bought all the supplies for this guinea pig, and I bought the guinea pig.
And it was what? $80? No.
$80.
$80.
Yeah, to get everything. And, and I think it might have been a little bit more because, I'm not just going to buy the basics. I have to get, cute stuff, Yeah. So we come home, and we ended up naming, they sold us, so we picked one out, and it was a girl, an adult girl guinea pig.
Adult female, yep. So we held her, and she was like, yep, it's a girl, and blah, blah, blah.
So we ended up naming her Winnie.
Yep, we named her Winnie.
And we brought her home that night.
Got her, to remind you, we got this without asking her parents or
so
telling them. So we just walk in the door with this cage
and
this guinea pig. We got a little yelled at, but after that it was
fine.
So we get this cage set up. Hailey makes a little sign that says Winnie and everything, and yay, we have a pet now. So the day after that, I was like...
We're doing somebody to bond with.
Right. So I was like, Hailey, I'll just go and buy a guinea pig so we each have one and they can be in the same cage in your room. So we go... So
we got permission this time.
Yeah, we got permission. Yeah, they were like, well, you already got one. What's another one? So I called...
We go back to Petco.
Petco, yes. We went back to Petco.
We went back to the same Petco that we bought the first one from.
Right. And so they didn't have any more females because we didn't want a male because, they can mate and everything else. And we were like, no, we need... Yeah, no. We needed 2 females and Petco didn't have another female. So we went back in the car. It was probably we spent a half a day looking for another female guinea pig. And I finally got to PetSmart and called and they said, yeah, we have an adult female here if you want to come and check it out. So we did. And
that's when you bought this one.
Yep.
It was the one that was really dark, which is Winnie, and then we bought a white one, and this one we named Rue.
Right. Yeah. So Winnie and Rue, right? 2 girls, best friends forever.
We were kind of scared because we heard that guinea pigs can fight if they don't get along.
Because there's like dominance issues.
Yeah, so we're like, okay, like let's just hope that they don't fight, because if they fight, then we have to take Rue back. Like we can't, you know. So we put them in the cage together, and they did dominate, and we actually like looked it up on YouTube.
So Winnie was like the dominant one, but then after a while they were like popping. It's like this like jumpy
so that means
thing
they're
they
happy,
do.
and then they were like comfortable with each other and eating and like kind of cuddling with each other. We're like, oh, this is so exciting! Like they're sisters. This is gonna be so fun.
Yeah. So everything
was great.
So for like the next 4 months or so, everything was great.
We played with them a lot.
Yes. So
and they like going in the backyard, and I got them all these cute toys, and
so yeah. So time goes on, everything's good. Like they're best friends, and then like as days went on, I noticed that like Rue was like getting like kind of fatter, and so I like mentioned it to Hailey. I was like, why is she getting so much bigger than Winnie? Like, this shouldn't be happening.
So I was like, well, I mean, they're still growing. Like, we got them when they were kind of young, so maybe, like, Rue's just growing more than Winnie. Maybe she's just eating more, you know? Because, again, we don't know anything about guinea pigs. We literally just
this is, like, our first time.
This is our first, like, pet by ourselves ever, so, you know.
Don't say that.
No, I'm, like, that are pets that we buy, that we bought, and we take care of, like, and we are the sole people of these pets.
Yeah, So, like, we didn't think anything of it. Moving on. So, then we leave to go camping for a week in, where was it, Walden Woods or whatever? I don't know. So, Hailey's boyfriend, Justin.
He comes and feeds them, which this is, like, the second or third time that he's came and fed them, because we go camping during the summer a lot. So, he would just come over and feed them, like, twice a day, and it just, like, worked out. So, that's what he did.
That went on for a week, and then I had to leave,
she had to leave vacation.
Because I had to work that weekend. So, I came home Friday. Right, Friday?
Yeah, so
Friday, and then
now you're feeding them.
Yep, so now I'm just feeding them twice a day now. Everything's fine. And then Saturday morning, I got up around like 6:30 because I had to leave for work, and I go in that morning to feed them, and oh my god, and I seen 3 little teeny tiny baby guinea pigs running around. I jumped because I honestly I thought they were mice. I thought they were mice that had gotten in.
You know, we have
because I was so sure.
Girl guinea pigs.
I was so
two girls. That's
two
what
girls.
the pet store sold us.
Yeah. Well, we thought.
Yeah. Well,
so
the pet store doesn't know what they're saying.
Yep. So this happened. I'm like freaking out. I don't know what to do, and I realized that they are baby guinea pigs. They're literally.
They're definitely guinea pigs.
They look like Mini Rue and Mini Winnie.
Videos.
So
right
here.
Tons of them.
The day I actually. Seen them.
Like the day they were born.
The day they were born. This is the video right here. Anyways, so I'm freaking out. I'm trying to call everybody while they're camping, and it's 6:30 a.m. So they're sleeping. So I'm calling Hailey like 8 times. I called my mom a million times, and I was like, I'm gonna have to call my dad. He was like the last resort because I knew he would get upset about all of this. But I had to call him because no one else was answering. So I called him, and I'm just like, we have an issue. Like, our guinea pigs had babies, and so my dad just was like, Hailey, you deal
he's
with
just
this.
like, Hailey, your sister's on the phone, she needs to talk to you. So I'm like, okay, so I'm like, hey, what's up? And she's like, no, there's like legit baby guinea pigs
she thought
on
I
the
was
phone.
pranking
I'm like,
her.
this isn't funny, like, joke, okay? Like, this isn't funny. No, there was baby guinea pigs in the cage while I was on vacation. So then I'm freaking out. I don't know what to do, so I'm telling Macey on the phone. I'm Googling stuff as we're on the phone, like, before she's supposed to leave for work. I'm like, you have to separate the male and the female. I don't know what the male will do to the babies. Like, I don't know anything about it.
Haley was researching, and, like, 5 minutes before I had to leave, she calls me and says, you need to separate the male from the rest of them. Like, the male can, like, eat them or like,
do something.
Something, like, crazy. And
we found out later that does not happen with guinea pigs. They don't actually eat the babies, but good thing we separated them.
Yeah, because the male and the female can mate again
directly after
birth.
Directly after birth.
Yes.
They
and
can
so,
mate
to remind you, when I woke up and seen these guinea pigs, they had fur, they were completely clean.
It looks like you bought them from the pet store.
So it had to have been at least
a few hours.
Yeah, a few hours after this. So Rue, the female, the mom, could have been pregnant again. So
we were kind of preparing for that, but we did separate them. She ended up having to put the male, which is Winnie, the dark one ended up being a male, in the dog's cage, and then the babies and mom were just like in the cage. And then I finally got home that day. As I was on my way home, it took us a while to get home, and I'm like researching everything that I can do for these babies, because now I have 5 guinea pigs, and I do not have room for 5 guinea pigs. Like, I was not, and I can't keep them together in one cage. I only have one cage, so I'm doing all of this research, and I finally find, like maybe 2 hours doing this, I find a guinea pig shelter maybe like 45 minutes from our house.
And this is a lady, she like takes care of guinea pigs
in
her house.
Rabbits,
in her house.
ferrets.
It's not like a shelter like this lady at her house. She just takes them in and like takes care of them.
Finds them a home.
Right.
So it's like a small animal shelter. This lady's been doing this for like 30 some years. So immediately I'm on her website, I'm looking up, like, can I give you my guinea pig? Yes. So I fill out an application. It's called Surrendering Your Guinea Pig, and you can, like, surrender them to the shelter. So I'm filling out this application, and it specifically says, like, don't get your hopes up about being accepted. Like, I only accept one maybe once a month. I only accept one application, and I didn't know when she would be accepting these. Like, I had no idea, but I just, like, applied on a whim. 1 hour later, while I was in the car on the way home, 1 hour after I submitted this application, she's calling me and saying, I am going to accept your guinea pig. Like, we can meet tonight, so that way that's one less thing you have to worry about because you don't have room for this guinea pig. Like, we can meet tonight. So we meet this, so I'm like, great, thank goodness. So we meet this lady.
We bring both of them with us. We meet this lady, and she goes, yep, like, this one's a boy.
This has happened before. The last 2 surrenders of guinea pigs that she had, the pet store did the exact same thing to these families and sold them 2 different genders. And so we ended up surrendering Winnie, the dad, to this lady.
Yep, so, like, maybe we gave him up that same day.
That same day, yes. So, like, the end of August, really.
Yeah, the end of August.
So then...
So now we just have the mom and the babies and the
I ended up getting a bigger cage.
The shelter lady, her name's Donna. Donna was telling us that, like, they need to be nursed up to
4 weeks.
4 weeks.
But then we have to separate them at 4 weeks immediately because the boys, if I have any boy babies, because you can't tell for like a while, like which one, like what they are. Mm-hmm. So she said if I have any boy babies, they can mate with mom at 4 weeks, and then mom can have babies again. And at this point, we had no idea if Rue was pregnant again because she very well could be because dad was in the cage when she gave birth. So
pretty much we were just like looking after them day by day.
For 4 weeks, for a whole month.
Yep. So for like a whole month, she said it's good to hold them daily, so we were holding them all the time.
Mom was nursing. Like, Rue was doing a great job taking care of her babies. Like, she was nursing, and then at 2 weeks, when the guinea pigs were 2 weeks old, they started like eating food on their own, and like it was going really well. And then maybe like 2.5 weeks after they were born,
we were noticing something, like, with Rue. She was getting skinnier, and, like, you could almost, like, see her bones, and, but she was fine.
But we Googled it, and we, like, looked on some guinea pig websites, and it said that it was common after pregnancy, like, not to worry about it, so.
Yeah, so we, like, didn't think anything of it, and she was, like, acting normal. She was running around.
She was, like, kind of sluggish and not eating as much, but we just figured she was just tired from nursing.
Yeah.
And then
so sometimes during the day we would like separate the babies from her for like maybe an hour or 2 just to give her like a little break.
Yeah,
we thought that's what it was, that she was just tired. But maybe like a couple days after.
I wasn't home. She was gone. She was at school, and I woke up. Yeah. And I woke up to Rue like I don't know, like having a seizure kind of, like literally like shaking and like laying on her side, and I freaked out, and I'm like, what's going on? And I'm like yelling, and then my mom like rushes in. She's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I don't know." Rue is just like, she's shaking, and then all of a sudden she just
stopped breathing.
She just like stopped breathing. Like,
so Hailey did research. She researched some more, and we ended up finding out that she died of pregnancy toxemia. It's some kind of disease.
You can get it. You can get it the last couple of weeks while they were pregnant. So she actually developed it while she was pregnant. And we didn't know she was pregnant.
But luckily, like, all the babies were healthy.
The babies were totally fine. And even if we did catch this early, like, there's no cure for pregnancy toxemia. That's literally just how it gets to. She ended up having a seizure and passing away.
Yep.
So then I'm now on the phone with the shelter lady once again because these babies were supposed to be nursing with mom until 4 weeks, and now it's only been 2.5. So
she ended up saying what? That it was okay? That
she ended up doing some research and calling me back later that day and was like, it's okay, like, you just have to supplement their food with some multivitamin, and it's called critical care. And because they were already eating hay and eating their pellets and drinking along with nursing with mom, they already knew how to eat, which was the biggest thing, because they could have not been taught how to do that.
Because I guess if they don't nurse up to the full 4 weeks, like, they can have trouble with their immune system and things, but we haven't had any issues since then.
They've been okay, and they were eating, and I supplemented their critical care.
Oh, by the way, she had 3. She had 3. Did we mention that?
I mean,
3 of them. So we had, like, Mini Winnie. It looks exactly like Dad, and then Mini Rue looks like Mom, and then Mini Mix kind of looks like both of them.
You'll see,
because we didn't know if we could keep them. We didn't know what the genders were or anything else.
Well,
so
we were actually, our original plan was to keep Mom, and then whatever girl guinea pig babies we had, we were just going to keep all of the girls, like, no matter how many there were. Mm-hmm. But then when Mom ended up dying, we ended up switching our plan to whichever 2 genders we have, because there was 3, or if they were all 3 the same gender, then we would keep all 3, but if only 2 were the same gender and then there was 1, we would surrender the 1 and then keep the 2 of the same gender.
And then we were also thinking about, if we had 2 girls and a boy, we were thinking about, like, getting the boy neutered. So we could keep them all 3 together because they're...
That was our main goal. We wanted to keep all 3 of the babies together, especially after Rue died. Like, we wanted to keep them together.
Mm-hmm. So what? So a couple weeks goes by, we just keep checking up on them, making sure that everything's okay.
We still don't know what their gender is at this point.
Yep, so we tried looking every day to see if we knew or not.
If we could tell, but
so we were pretty certain that we had 2 boys and a girl.
But obviously we don't know because we didn't even know we had 2 different genders to begin with.
Right, so we were like...
So we ended up driving... Yeah, we ended up driving out to the shelter lady that has been, honestly, she's been incredible this entire time. Like, she's helped us out, like, so much, and she's been very helpful, and it was very nice of her to take our guinea pigs on such short notice.
Right.
So we ended up going out there.
I don't know, she lives
like 45 minutes from our house.
Yeah.
So we ended up going out there so she could gender them, but when we got there, they were 4 weeks.
Didn't even know.
She did not even know.
She even said, like, they're tinier for, like, how old they are.
Mm-hmm.
So, because I guess they should have been much bigger, but we really need to get them checked out anyway. So I'm like, why don't we just go to a clinic, like, near our house that's 10 minutes away instead of 45 minutes. So Hailey took them
to the vet. I took them to a vet that one of our family members works at,
and so she checked them, and we ended up having Minnie Winnie was a boy and the other 2 were girls. Mm-hmm. So we were like, oh my gosh, like, we could end up actually keeping all 3 and see if we can get...
Because we weren't going to be able to keep all 3 if there was 2 males and a female, because the 2 males can fight over the female. Yeah. So we weren't going to do that. Okay. So, Donna recommended.
So, Donna recommended... Is there something in my eye? No. No, seriously. No, I'm not joking.
Okay, stop.
It's like...
No, I don't see anything.
Why did you do that? So Donna recommended that we don't get Winnie neutered because it can cause, like, a lot of risks, and not to mention it's like $400 to get him neutered. So that was kind of the only reason why we didn't get him neutered, is because of how expensive it was, because otherwise we would have definitely got him neutered because we wanted them all together. So the neutering ended up not working out, so we ended up taking Minnie Winnie to back to Donna's house and was like we can't keep all three of them, like we're gonna give them to you. So she was like, okay, great, yeah, I like already had a plan for him, and she had to stay to see like so we wouldn't leave without knowing like what she was gonna do with him. So she got like a cage out, and she ended up having a guinea pig that was just recently born, like 2 to 3 weeks ago. Not much bigger than Minnie Winnie, so they were about the same size. And she put them in a cage together, and that this guinea pig was. They were in there. Yeah, when they were in there, they seemed comfortable together. Like they were eating and everything else, which is a good sign that they are getting along and everything. Because I guess she said it's easier to have them put in as babies instead of adults, because I guess
they can fight.
Yeah, they can fight as adults. So that was kind of the plan, and we left her house, feeling pretty good about our decision.
And it was.
There's a hose right there. I had to suck on that, or it actually tells you to use a pump, but I didn't have no pump. So you suck on it till you get antifreeze, and then you spit it out, and you get the air out of it, and you stick it back on. And there was quite a bit of air in there.
Quite a bit of air. And we did that yesterday.
Yes, so this happened yesterday.
Yep. So now they're here.
So now we have, so we had named them Minnie Roo and Minnie Mix. We did get rid of Minnie Winnie. But we named Minnie Roo Jr. Hi, baby.
So we named, Roo Jr. and then Minnie Mix. We felt like she deserved a name, so.
So we named Minnie Mix
Robin.
Robin. So
Minnie
now we
Mix
have
is now Robin.
So now our two new guinea pigs after 6 months is Roo and Robin.
Yes.
So
These are now
started
with
pigs.
2 girls, ended with 2 actual girls this time,
Yes.
verified by a veterinarian. So we are not gonna have more babies.
And if the veterinarian's wrong, then we seriously have no luck with guinea pigs.
Then I'm done with
After
guinea pigs
this, we're just gonna get rid of them.
Forever and ever.
Because we're just about done with this.
I know.
So
Our journey's finally come to an end.
So now, here is our babies that we have.
This is their little cage.
Where are you, babies?
Here, I'll get them.
Oh yeah, Hailey's
Come
gonna
here.
Hail get them out. So these are going to be our guinea pigs from now on. We're not getting any more. So we're pretty happy.
Mini mix.
So that's Robin.
Oh,
Robin.
Robin, I'm sorry. Robin. Hi, Robin. Say hello.
Okay, and then, Minnie Roo, she just ran.
Oh, careful.
Come on. Where are you at?
She's in her little puddle.
I can't see her.
I know.
Oh, you kind of can see her through the thing. But yeah, these are our new guinea pigs now. And that is our guinea pig adventure.
Story, yes.
So, bye!
Bye!